We're back! Welcome back to the Happy Homestead. I'm Amanda, and we're back. I took a little bit of a break from the filming of the Every Bit Counts challenge for August. I spent some time in the garden, spent some time with my family, and just chilled, and it was nice, and a lot of other things done, cleaning out the garden. I did clean out the garden of all of the tomatoes, most of the green beans, because they were just kind of, it's funny, as soon as September 1st came, it felt like everything just kind of stopped producing like it had been for weeks and months prior. So I tore all of that out. I did not film any of that, and really for a couple of reasons. Number one, because I just wanted a break and I wanted some quiet time in the garden. And also number two, because it is so hot again. We are in a heat wave again this week. I really thought the last one was gonna be the last one, but it's supposed to be, I think, 96 today, 98 tomorrow, and then like 94 or 5 on Thursday, the next day. It's, by the way, it's Tuesday. It's currently Tuesday, what is it? I've lost track of all time, September 5th. So yeah, took 4 days off of filming. It was nice. So today we're in the kitchen. My goal is to get back out into the garden with the camera and kind of show you some things out there, but I just can't do it when it's so hot out. You don't want to see that. You just don't. But we're gonna do dinner today. So one of the things I want to do more of this month is what's for dinner. Kind of give you guys some ideas. We all get into these dinner ruts. Today's Tuesday. I'm gonna do a little spin on Taco Tuesday. But before I get dinner made, and I'm gonna do this rather quickly, I am going to also make like an after school snack. I've got some half-pint jars. And then I also have these, I'll link these down below. I've got these little stainless steel dishes with like a silicone lid. And so I will sometimes put these in the kids' snack bags for school. They have to bring a lunch and a snack. And so I'm gonna make some chia pudding today. It's a really great snack. It's a really healthy snack. And it has the word pudding in it. So most kids will eat it. You can really run the gamut with the flavors that you choose. I am gonna do milk, chia seeds, honey. That's kind of like the base, and you can choose your type of milk. You can do coconut milk, almond milk, hemp milk. You choose your favorite milk. We'll be using raw cow's milk. So milk, chia seeds, and honey. You could also use maple syrup if you would prefer to do that instead. That's the base, in my opinion. I'm then gonna add a little bit of vanilla extract, some frozen raspberries, and that was all I was intending to add, unless I come up with something else, some kind of spice. I don't wanna do cinnamon, that might be it. But I also was considering, maybe next time I'll do this, chocolate peanut butter chia seed pudding. I would do the same thing, right? The milk, the chia, the honey or maple syrup, and then I would add some cocoa powder and some peanut butter and maybe a little cinnamon, a dash of cinnamon. It'd be so good. So chia seeds, if you're familiar with chia, the chia pets, for some of you, that's gonna go way over your head and you're just gonna have to roll with it. For others, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, it's the same exact type of chia seed. So chia seeds are these really tiny, tiny black seeds. And when they get wet, they become gelatinous. And you can do this and kind of leave it overnight in your refrigerator too. I'm doing it now in the morning so that it's ready for after school, but it takes a little time to set and it becomes this gelatinous like pudding. And the seeds soften up so they're not like this crunchy seed that you bite into. And it's really healthy and really delicious. So I'm just gonna mix everything in my Vitamix and pour it into my jars and set it in the fridge. I'm gonna start with my milk, and I was just kind of roughly looking. I've got 4 half-pint jars and then those 2 little snack things. I'm gonna do roughly 30 ounces of milk. So kind of think about the jars you're gonna put them into and you know how much you're gonna need. So I'm doing 30 ounces of milk, which equates to just about 3.5 cups of milk. I'm just gonna eyeball the honey. I'm not doing any specific measurement. I need it sweet enough that my kids think, ooh, this is delicious, but not too sweet. I'm gonna add in a dash of vanilla extract. And I've got some frozen raspberries here from Azure Standard. I'm just gonna add some of those in. And now we're gonna add our chia seeds. Because I've got about 3.5 cups milk, I'm gonna add about 1/2 cup of chia. So you wanna make sure that your chia seeds are really well blended through, because sometimes they can sink to the bottom, and you just want to make sure that you are getting them. If you need to put them back on the blender, you can do so. It may even help just to let it sit in the blender for a little bit, just a few minutes, blend it again, and then pour them, because you want to be able to actually see all of those beautiful chia seeds in your jar. But I am gonna go put this in the refrigerator, let it come together. I am gonna take, oh, that is really good. Oh yeah, if they don't eat it, I will. That was really good. All right, let's get started on dinner. It is going to be a taco pie. I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna take 1 pound of ground beef here. I'm gonna put it in my Instant Pot. I'm just using my Instant Pot as another saute kind of place, because on my cast iron stove, I've got some chopped or sliced onions. I got 1/2 of a sliced onion, and then some fresh peppers from our garden that I've sliced. And I'm going to get those softened, this browned, and add some taco seasoning. And I've got some pinto beans I've already cooked, and we're gonna make that into a refried bean. So a couple things going on to make our taco pie. Just adding a little bit of bacon fat in here, because this is pretty lean beef. And we're gonna start to get that browned. Here are my onions and peppers. Also gonna add just a little bit of fat to that. Turn the oven or the stove on to medium high, and we're gonna get these softened. So everybody makes refried beans just a little bit different. I don't necessarily have a tried and true way. I just know that this is fast, it tastes good, and it doesn't have anything in it that's unnecessary. So I just mash my beans with a potato masher. You could absolutely use an immersion blender. I'm gonna add a little bit of chicken stock to help get them softened more. Now, if I were going for the truly pureed, really soft refried beans, then I would absolutely use my immersion blender. Again, just because of what I'm using this for today, I'm good with the little texture. I'm gonna add some Redmond real salt, dehydrated onion or onion powder, garlic powder, and a little bit of cumin. Okay, those are good for now, and we're gonna set these aside. So I'm just breaking apart the meat as it's browning. We're gonna season it pretty soon. And I'm going to use the Redmond Real Salt Taco Seasoning. I bought this about a month or a month and a half ago, along with a lot of other seasonings. I got their barbecue rub, I got a steak rub, and the taco. I got more of the lemon pepper because this is amazing. Seasoned salt, organic seasoning salt. And then we got more of the Relight, the Hydration Electrolyte Relight. I love Redmond Real Salt. I know you hear me talk about them all the time. I'm telling you, I don't talk about products that I don't use and that I don't love myself. I love that the salt is mined here in the United States. I love that it's full of the minerals and the micronutrients that traditional salt doesn't necessarily have. If you want to try Redmond Real Salt, I do have a code down below for 15% off your order. What's so great about that is it's not like a 15% off your first order, like some things are. It's 15% off your first order, your 10th order, your 25th order. It doesn't matter. It could be off your first, second, third order. You can use the code at any time, which I think is really great too. I love that they allow that. Okay, I am gonna add my taco seasoning in. My meat isn't totally done browning, but it's pretty close, and I like to add my seasoning in before it gets too overcooked. And I'm gonna add, I don't know, quarter, half teaspoon. I'm really just kind of eyeballing it as normal. I'm gonna turn the Instant Pot off because our taco pie is going to be going in the oven, and I just don't want my meat to be too dried out. I also have here the tiniest bit left of some tomatillo salsa from the other night when we had tacos for dinner. So I am just gonna add the rest of that in here to help flavor the meat also. So the peppers and the onions are still on the stove. They're going through, but we've got our refried beans. We've got our taco meat. I did pull out a pint of salsa that I made last year in the challenge, so August of 2022. And you see, it says spicy. It is a little spicy. I like it like that. My husband does too. I remember I opened one of these jars though earlier in the year, and the kids were like, too much, too much. I'm gonna try it again tonight in our taco pie. We're gonna see how it goes because we gotta use the spicy salsa up. So I also have some of these organic tortillas. I buy these from Azure Standard. It's such a quick hack. They don't have seed oils in them. They're organic, whole wheat flour. I can't find that in the store locally. And so I've got 3 of these tortillas. I've got a 9x13 casserole dish here. I'm basically gonna start layering. So I'm just gonna put one down, and then I'm gonna put some of my refried beans, kind of spread them out. And we're just gonna kind of create some layers that will then go in the oven and bake. Now, I thought about doing this in a pie dish because I actually think that would be really cool just presentation-wise and to serve it out of the pie dish, but I think my tortillas are too big for my pie dish. So once the peppers and the onions are done, I'll kind of finish and complete the layers and do it all at once, but I kind of just wanted to show you quickly what we're doing. So one thing we're missing though, right? So we've got the meat, we've got the beans, we've got the salsa, we've got some veggies. You could add onions in there, or excuse me, mushrooms, add whatever you'd like. But we're missing one thing. Can you guess? Cheese! We are missing cheese. I had some cheese in the fridge, some homemade cheese. I kind of take out 1, maybe 2 different flavors at a time, and we work through that, and then I come out with another one. Well, we worked through what we had, and so it is time to open a new cheese. I'm really excited. This is a manchego soaked in red wine. And I made this in October of last year. So this has been aging for 11 months. I'm pretty stoked to open this. We're gonna grate some of this within our taco pie, and hopefully it tastes good, but I'm gonna taste some now. I didn't wanna open a cheddar. First of all, I wanted to open something different and something that really needed to be opened. And also, just wanna try something new. Need something new. And the cheddar I only made a few months ago, and I really want that to age a little longer. Oh my goodness, it smells really good. All right, I am gonna actually just cut this in half. I will probably vacuum seal half and then keep the other half in the fridge. Oh Lordy. How beautiful is that? Beautiful. Don't mind if I do. Do you want to know one of the most awkward things is eating on camera? Because y'all are waiting for me to go, ooh, ah, mmm. So awkward, but authentic. It is really good. It's almost like halfway mild, halfway sharp. It's like a little bit of both. I don't taste the red wine, obviously. It just soaked in there instead of a brine when I was making it. But what I love about it is that it gives it that beautiful contrast of the color. Yeah, this is good. So we're gonna grate some of this for our taco pie. Let's assemble a taco pie. I've got 3 tortillas, so my goal is to do 3 layers. So I'm gonna put about half of the meat down first on top of my refried beans. And then some cheese, our manchego cheese. Salsa. Tortilla. I like to put the refried beans down on the tortilla because the refried beans have some heft to them. They've got a little bit of weight, they've got a little bit of structure, and it just kind of helps keep it all together. So I have the oven preheating to 350 degrees. I'm going to cover this with foil. And it's going to bake for about 30 to 45 minutes. Everything is really cooked through, right? It's just about bringing everything together, melting the cheese, and kind of having it come together as that beautiful pie that when you cut into it. So I'm going to start with 30 minutes and I'll go to 45 if I feel I need to, and I'll show you when it's done. It looks and smells so good. I'm actually probably going to try to drain some of this liquid off in the sink. Okay, that's a little better. So it was in the oven for 40 minutes. I had the foil on the entire time. I just took that off. I'm gonna let this just kind of sit on the counter, cool a little bit. We won't be eating for a few hours, but at least dinner is done. That's what matters in my opinion. So thanks for joining me today on What's for Dinner. Let me know if you try it. I will see you next time. Stay healthy, stay well. Bye-bye.